What if ChatGPT could actually send emails for you instead of you having to write them? Like follow up with prospects, send project updates, handle customer inquiries, and much, much more, while you're focused on the important stuff. Most business owners use ChatGPT for writing emails, maybe some quick responses here and there. But what if it could actually send them too? And here's exactly what I'm going to show you in this video. Number one, I'm going to show you how to connect ChatGPT to n8n so it becomes your email assistant that never stops working. I'm going to show you the exact step-by-step process to automate my follow-up emails in under 2 hours that I personally use, and what actually happens to your business when you're not buried in your inbox anymore. And don't worry, you don't need to be a tech genius to build this. I'm going to show you every click in order to get this up and running. And if you want more videos like this, where I show you how to actually automate your business instead of just talking about it, hit subscribe right now so you don't miss any future ones. So 3 months ago, I spent almost 2 hours every morning going through my inbox, writing follow-ups, sending project updates, responding to the same questions over and over again. I told myself this was relationship building, staying connected with clients, or however I wanted to justify that. But really, it was just email busy work, and it was slowly drowning me. The real problem isn't that you get too many emails, it's that you don't have a system for making ChatGPT actually work in your business. This automation sends personalized emails in 3 seconds. It processes the recipient, it crafts the message, and then it hits send. And this is what happened when I actually built this system. At the beginning, I kept checking my inbox and my sent folder every 5 minutes, the first day, and I remember this clearly, just to make sure that the emails actually went out. Eventually, I learned to trust the system, and this is when things started getting that much better. So let's actually get into the nuts and bolts of how this actually works. The first thing we're going to need to do, if I flip over here, is set up a schema. And in order to do this, we're going to use this actions GPT. So essentially, we're going to tell it what we need, what we want it to do, and it will give us the code that we can then use to create a custom GPT in OpenAI. And for creating custom GPTs, you can go to this chatgpt.com/gpt/editor in order to get started. And I'll show you this all in a second. So here what is important is that we need to ask it to give me the OpenAPI 3.1.0 schema in JSON so that I can give it to a custom GPT and it will send data to my webhook. And that's pretty much all we need to say. So give me the OpenAPI 3.1.0 schema in JSON so I can give it to a custom GPT and it will send data to my webhook. What we need to include is where the webhook is located. So here in n8n, I created a new workflow, created a new webhook, and I'm just going to grab my production URL for this right here and just paste that in there. So that code is getting created. I'm just going to copy it. And I'm going to go to my custom GPT. So go there. Let's call this email GPT. You can add a description if you want. You can add the instructions. So the user will provide you with an email recipient and what to send as an email. When the user inputs data, send it to the n8n webhook. What is important is this create new action. So this will be key right here, because this is where we're going to paste in that code that ChatGPT created. I'm going to hit create in a second, once this finishes loading, and I'm going to choose only me. So hit save. I'm going to go here, ensure this is active. So now this will start listening for incoming data. And let's hit view GPT. So here I'm just going to say, send an email to kevin@gmail.com telling him our meeting needs to happen tomorrow at 9 a.m. The meeting will be about the latest deal. I'm going to hit enter. And let's see what happens. So this is talking to connector. We just hit confirm here. Here saying get talk to that. And here saying that it was sent. Now, here in a second, we should get this to refresh because this will send data. However, this obviously will not have sent any email because no information would have been provided in terms of how to send an email. However, we get the name, we get the email, and we get the message. And this was all created using the intelligence by OpenAI. So hi Kevin, quick note to let you know that our meeting needs to happen tomorrow at 9 a.m. We'll be discussing the latest deal. Best, your name. Cool. So what we now need to do is just send an email with that. So I'm going to send a message, and I have all the information in the webhook right there. So if I copy that to the editor, copy to editor, unpin, I should be able to get the data in here in a second. Great. So now we get all the information right here. So the name or the email will be that. We don't get a subject, so we might need to ask ChatGPT for that. However, the message is right here, right? And we have the best your name. So let's just say, let's make a few changes to this because I wanted to have a subject. So here I'm just going to try and have a subject there, which at the moment does not yet exist. I'm going to save this. So let's just go back to ChatGPT. I'm going to refresh this and I'm going to say, please send an email to Kevin at kevinfar@gmail.com, telling him to have a call tomorrow at 9 a.m. where we'll talk about recording new videos, and please ensure that you provide a valid subject as well. If this works, obviously we can have it be that we don't need to say, please ensure that you provide a valid subject. So we can make it work as expected. The email, so there was an issue with the function call, so we might need to update the way the subject is created. The email address you provided appears to be invalid. Okay, cool. So let's say email is kevinfar@gmail.com. Let's try that again and let's see what happens. So hit confirm. The email has been sent confirming the call for tomorrow 9 a.m. to discuss recording new videos. So we'll go back here and we'll look at executions. Let's see if that actually was sent. Okay. So here we've got sent message. Great. Now the subject was not included. So potentially we will need to update that as expected, I think. So yeah, so no subject was sent right there. So if we go back to our custom GPT, potentially this is sending, let's see. Send data, we have the request body. We have the name, the email, and the message, yeah. So we need to update this with the subject as well. Let's also have a subject included in the message that is sent to the webhook. So let's send that. Okay, let's copy this. Let's go back here. Let's edit this GPT. And if we go here and paste that as a whole in there, we do hit update, top right. And let's view the GPT. And let's try this once more. Please send an email to kevinfar@gmail.com telling him we need to speak about video creation tomorrow at 9 a.m. And let's just leave it at this. Hit enter. As you can see, each time you want to run this, you have to click confirm. This is saying it was sent. So let's see what we get right here. So this should refresh in a second. And let's see whether the subject line got included this time. Sweet, I think it did. Because yeah, discussion on video creation, name is Kevin Farr. Hi Kevin, we need to speak about video creation tomorrow 9 a.m. What we can also say is what our name is, so how to sign off the email. But if I just go to my email inbox, I should have a message right here. So we got this. We need to speak about video creation tomorrow 9 a.m. Let me know if that time works for you. Great. So what we could also do here is remove the n8n attribution. So if I go to append and turn that off, that is how we remove that attribution. And that's pretty much it. And just like we have that, you can build whole workflows like that because this is where the data is coming from. And then this can connect to n8n. What I like about this is that you don't even need to connect to AI agents within n8n because the processing is getting done right here. And it's already being done by the time this reaches n8n. So here we get that string that we sent separated out already into the name, the email, and the message. which also means that you don't need to think about that in terms of processing it right here. So everything is done by OpenAI in itself. So my question to you would be, what do you want to do with your 2 hours of time you're going to get back? Because if you've been working in a business for some time, you know that email is a real time suck. And with this, you have a system that can manage your inbox. You can have it reply to emails, you can have it help you with creating new emails. The sky is literally the limit. Anything that you think that you want to build, this can make it happen because you're sending the data from OpenAI to n8n, where you can build whatever system you want to build right here as you please. One final thought that I want to leave you with is if you can't take a day off from your business without your communication falling apart, then you don't own a business. Your inbox owns you. And this is the quickest way to start getting your time back, to start getting that ownership back. If you found this video useful, hit the like and subscribe below so you don't miss future videos. And in the meantime, check out the link in the description to see how I can help you with AI and automation in your business. I'll speak to you soon.